How can you sell your financial services without being too salesy or pushy? We're going to talk about that today, and I have 3 specific action items that will help get you there. My name is Carolyn Dalamole. I am VP of Consulting and Innovation at Ficomm Partners. This video is inspired by a question I got from Tom Maluli. Tom, thanks so much for sending in this question. I will paste Tom's full question in the description box of this YouTube video for anyone else who wants to take a look, and provide the link where you can submit in your question related to marketing your firm or growing the firm for the future. Tom, I noticed 2 specific things within your question that really stood out to me and are a good launching spot for 3 hyper-specific, very strategic next steps for you and anyone else who's feeling this way about sales. The 2 things I noticed in Tom's question were, first, that you said, we don't really have a CTA because we don't want to be pushy or salesy. It's not your style. This is okay. We can navigate this, but it is important to have CTAs. In fact, at Ficomm, we always recommend at the end or within any content piece, there's a call to take another action. So we do need to do it in order to grow the firm, but there's a way to do it that will feel good to you. The second thing I noticed, Tom, is that you talk about the intention of growing the firm. You say some of your peers are going after like a big national brand, and that's not necessarily your intention. Instead, you're having success at the local level and you want to serve a more particular audience and a family style run firm. We can talk about that as well in the recommendations. So tip number 1 is to create and use a call to action. Now, in order to do this and not feel salesy or pushy, we have to define what you do want to be. So if you say, Carolyn, I don't want to be pushy, I would say, what do you want to be? Do you want to be helpful? Do you want to help people? If someone has a question, do you want to support them and offer value and offer education? Make a list of what you do want to be, because that will be actionable. I do encounter this. You're not the only one who said, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be salesy. It rubs me the wrong way. That's okay. It's just not actionable and it doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't help the firm grow and it doesn't help consumers out there who would really benefit from meeting and talking with you. So make the actionable list of what you do want to be. Once you do want to be that, you have to develop your CTA. So I'm going to create a helpful, educational, valuable call to action. And in order to have that, you need an initial offer. So a CTA with an initial offer is your first recommendation. Right now, when I looked at your website and I looked at your YouTube and your podcast, it seemed like I could call you, I could email you, I could book in a meeting to get to know you, but it was all a little bit passive. It puts so much of the onus on me to feel super motivated to kickstart a conversation that's kind of open-ended. What we see is a certain amount of consumers will do that, but not every mentality and mode and moment in life will feel like a match for that kind of initial offer. So please create a second one. And when you create this second initial offer, package it around a specific conversation. I see that you might pose a very specific question and say, are you thinking about this? Book 20 minutes with us and we will share top 3 tips based on your situation. You'll want to word this in a way that it's not advice, it's more like best practices in order for it to get through compliance and for it to be truly a fiduciary service. But make sure that you are packaging a specific problem and saying, we will talk with you for 20 minutes and guide you in these 3 ways, and offer 3 best practices that we share, across the board, right? Some sort of educational but tailored piece. Automatically, there will be another thread of consumers that you have yet to be able to connect with that will be compelled by something more specific. I encourage you to bring this to the team in order to brainstorm what that initial call could be. Or is it a call? Maybe it's just a video that you put behind a sign-up form. So people enter their email and they get a 15-minute video that's exclusive to the offer. You can brainstorm and play around with that, but it actually leads me into the second recommendation for you. So in order to create a very strong, hyper-specific and valuable initial offer, I recommend that you create an ideal client avatar. When I asked you what your target audience is, you named a few demographics. You named their location, their age, and that they will be thinking about retiring. But I didn't necessarily get to imagine that person. You only told me a few facts about them. The exercise of creating an ideal client avatar will help you create a more complete picture of the human you want to serve. You will know what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what they're nervous about, how they would describe their challenges, and why they would come to you. This can be as simple as going to Google and searching, marketing avatar or ideal customer avatar. What I do want is for you to create an avatar, not an audience. An avatar is one specific person that is completely ideal and you would love to serve at your firm. That level of specificity in creating every message for this ideal person will immediately add clarity to your marketing and more specific messaging for the firm's brand. Then here comes step number 3, recommendation number 3. In your messaging, I would love for you to add more description around why something is valuable to them. When I heard and read about your firm, I was seeing some facts. You were sharing some good facts, but I didn't understand why that matters to me as a prospective client. One example is your story about being a family firm, that you work with your 3 sons and you're all CFPs. If you empathize with your avatar and you imagine telling them, I work with my 3 sons, this is important for you because, or this sets us apart because, talking about the why could make all the difference. And that change alone might really turbocharge what you're seeing in your current marketing results. In your videos, on your podcast, on your website, talk about why something matters and then some of the facts about it, but lead with the why. Tom, I hope these 3 recommendations are helpful for you as you work to elevate the firm into a next generation of growth. I can't wait to hear feedback on what you do and what you take on. But as you can imagine, all 3 of these really work together. Having an initial offer that's valuable and you can use as a call to action, moving people further toward working with you, having an ideal avatar that you can always speak to and you create that initial offer for, and then speaking to the why behind what you say matters to the client. Thank you so much for watching. Anyone else who has tuned into this video and stayed till the end, it means you are thinking about your marketing, and I would love to help you do that. So comment below or click the link below to ask me your question, and I can't wait to see what you are working on. Have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in the next episode.